Highland is the place to take care of your end-of-life issues. You have thought about it, but keep putting it off. That is just our nature. We want to protect our family, but life gets in the way. Pre-planning makes sense, but at some point, it will be too late to plan ahead. Don't put this off any longer. Call Highland Memorial Park. Make the best decisions and get it done. Call 352-369-1020. We will be there when you need us, but we would like to help you now. The Frank Sinatra Tribute Concert, Seriously Frank, is live on stage October 6th through 9th at the Ocala Civic Theater. Vocalist Michael Matthews pays tribute to Frank Sinatra, Come Fly With Me, The Way You Look Tonight, New York, New York,
Start spreading the
and many more. Tickets are $25 for adults, $23 for Signature Series subscribers, and $12 for full-time students. Call 352-236-2274 or go to OcalaCivicTheater.com for more information.
All right, 8 minutes after 10 o'clock. Nice looking Wednesday, isn't it? You made it to the middle of the week. You made it to the last Wednesday of September. Can you believe October begins in just a few days? And the pumpkins are already starting to show up. I saw a whole bunch of pumpkins. Where was I? I think I was at Walmart and saw a whole bunch of them. And I know that the Druid Hills United Methodist Church, I haven't seen it, but I know that they do the pumpkin patch every year, and Facebook reminded me of a memory. I guess we went over there one year and videotaped the ROTC kids from Forest High School, who were amazing, by the way. And I think they do this every year for the church. They volunteer their time, and I mean, that's a lot of work, unloading thousands of pumpkins from semis that have delivered them. So, and then they don't just unload them; they set them out on the grounds of the church, and then of course you and I go and buy pumpkins, and that's a great fundraiser for that church. And there's another one too, out I think in Ocklawaha, that does another pumpkin patch, and anyway, just wanted to, I guess, comment on the fact that autumn is here and pumpkins are showing up, and it's that time of year. All right, there is an event happening on October 16th that I wanted to bring your attention to. If you're a regular listener on Tuesdays, then you know who Matt Gibbs is. Matt is our go-to guy when it comes to questions about cars. He's my mechanic, and he is also the guy I bought the car I currently drive from, because he has a car dealership over there. Anyway, he's also a very Christian man, and he's a drummer. So put those things together, and you'll hear why I'm talking about this. I think the church he goes to is called One Foundation Ministries, I think. But anyway, that's the One Foundation Ministries is presenting Sean Patrick Williams. He is an evangelist and an author and the founder of Warrior Nations International Ministries. And Sean Williams will be at the One Foundation Ministries on Friday, October 14th at 7 p.m., and then again on Sunday, October 16th at 10 a.m. I presume that's during a church service. Sean was saved from 10 years of drug and occult involvement and has been commissioned to evangelize the United States and the world. His mission is to bring a revival culture to the body of Christ, and you are invited to come out to One Foundation Ministries. The location is 939 North Magnolia Avenue. It's the old Coca-Cola building. On Friday, October 14th, again at 7 p.m., and Sunday, October 16th at 10 a.m. to hear what the Spirit of God is saying for you and your community. You can call Pastor Chris Dreggers if you need more information, 274-4201, and he'll be able to give you the information, 274-4201. Tomorrow, Robin and I are volunteering to be judges over at a Scrabble game, and this is a fundraiser for the Marion County Literacy Council. And I don't know anything other than the fact that we're going to be judges. Is this a spectator event, Robin? Can people just go and have fun and watch the game?
Yep, they can.
So we don't know who's actually playing the game.
No.
All right.
It's at the Country Club of Ocala.
So what is our job? Our job is to say, that's a word. Yeah, I know, but how do you judge Scrabble?
We probably have a list of, make sure they're the words, and we'll have the dictionary, right?
That's a word.
The Scrabble dictionary.
Yeah, we did. One year we volunteered to be judges in the spelling bee, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember who was there, and they corrected my pronunciation of a word.
Oh, and I had the wrong definition on one of the words that I gave out to somebody
Right.
because I had pronounced it wrong, but I had pronounced it the next word, and then there was a discussion.
Yeah. They
Made
weren't
a
happy with
mistake.
us as judges. I hope they're happy this time.
No, we were the moderators with the words.
Oh, we were?
Yeah, for that. Yeah, we were the ones giving out the words.
The thing that I don't understand. Okay, if you are brought up in an area and you say a word a certain way, it doesn't mean you're wrong just because you're in a new area. For example, I say pecan. Somebody else would say pecan.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
I don't think I'm saying it wrong. I'm just saying it differently. Caribbean.
That's right.
What's another word I get corrected on? Envelope. No, it's an envelope.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Where do you put the flowers? In the vase? No, it's a vase.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hello. Why?
Yeah.
I never do this to people. I never say to somebody, "You're saying it wrong."
No, I never do either.
It's pecan pie. I'm sorry.
Or either. Either.
Yes.
Either or either.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But it should be a fun event. All the proceeds go to the Marion County Literacy Council. It's an event that was formulated by Madeline Rousseau, and she did such a great job. She's absolutely incredible, very good, huge mover in our community.
She's a sexy lady too.
Oh, she is. She's great. Madeline is gorgeous inside and out.
Let's see.
It'll be fun.
Tomorrow
night, 6 o'clock.
And where is it going to be?
The Country Club of Ocala.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I've only been there one time before,
Yeah.
and we were arrested
Yeah, we sure were.
for fun.
Raising money for muscular dystrophy.
It was one of those crazy things where you get arrested, not for real. So here's how this went down. We were at the Cascades doing the show, and we knew in advance we were going to get arrested.
Yeah.
And so then here comes a chauffeur basically to arrest us, and then we have to go upstairs and get into the limousine, and then he drives us down to our jail cell, which is basically a buffet lunch, right? So now we're at this buffet lunch, but in addition to food, there's also a telephone. Now, our job is to get on that telephone and call people to donate money to bail us, quote unquote, because we weren't really arrested.
Right.
Bail us out. And we were horrible at this. They let us out anyway, but
Yeah, well, we raised,
about $300, but they wanted us to raise $2,000.
Yeah, but it was mostly our money because we hate asking
mostly
friends
our
for
money, that's right.
we hate asking friends for money.
All right, we will take a little break and be right back. We don't know what happened to our gas, in case you're wondering, but we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Times of clouds and sun on this Wednesday with a thunderstorm around this afternoon, the high 85 to 89, and partly cloudy Wednesday night, low 71 to 75. More clouds and sun on Thursday with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, high 85 to 89. Friday, intervals of clouds and sun, still a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 86 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Guess what, Ocala? The first of the gorgeous fall color is here, and it's at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Let's start with Bob's famous heirloom camellias. Thousands to choose from. These sun and shade-loving beauties usually sell for a low $19.99. But if you buy two or more, they're just $15 each. This week, Bob has Florida blueberries on BOGO. Buy one, get one free. And listen, there's a final closeout on crepe myrtles. All colors and sizes, up to 75% off. And it's the last week of the BOGO on trees. Buy one, get one just like it at half price. Check out all these specials for this week at BobWinesCameliaGardens.net. Then hurry on over to Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Just a mile east of 441. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 2. Green and growing in the same place since 1952. We'll see you there.
Looking to put your money to work? Florida Credit Union has a CD special, 25 months for 1.41% APY with a $10,000 minimum. Federally insured by the NCUA, a government agency. These rates effective through September 30th. Subject to change at any time. Visit one of Florida Credit Union's convenient locations today or their website, flcu.org, or call 352-237-8222. Don't miss this 25-month CD special. Again, the APY is 1.41%. Act now.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives to maintain the highest level of professional integrity and 100% customer satisfaction. When you're looking for goods and services, call a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, and we are confident you will be pleased with the results. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, join us at the Ocala Elks Lodge, 25th Avenue in Ocala, any Wednesday at 7 a.m. and enjoy a breakfast on us. For more information, call 804-3700. Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
All right, 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. We had a guest scheduled for this time slot. Her name is Kathy Lynn Taylor. She's been on the big shows at CBS and CNN and CNBC and Fox News and all the other ones, and she's not here. But so she was going to talk to us about it was about women in politics, and I kind of what I have seen agree with what she was going to say, but I don't know exactly. So we'll have to see if she comes on. Do you know one of the things they say about? Do you live in a place? You live in a place where the whole world wants to visit. Mm-hmm. Robin, you have a friend, and she recently had to cancel a trip to somewhere in California. I can't remember where she was going, but one of these places. She was going to
a wedding.
A wedding, yeah.
Yes, for a wedding.
And so she became ill, and so decided to take a consolation prize after she felt a little better. She couldn't make it to California, so she went to Ormond Beach. Mm-hmm. And what she posted on Facebook was that we were in Ormond Beach at a hotel. People from all over the world would love to be here, so I'm not complaining.
Yes.
And I thought, that is really true. We really have, we really live in a place people want to come here, mm-hmm. and it's right down the road. And when I say right down the road, a lot of it isn't even down the road. A lot of it is right here in Ocala. Mm-hmm. So anyway, this time of year, this time right now, autumn is like one of the best times to go to things in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So let me get the obvious one out of the way. Disney, Epcot, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. They're all fun. Mm-hmm. Disney's not cheap, though. Epcot currently has the International Food and Wine Festival going on. Gosh, have you seen any of the news items about that?
No, I have not, but I know every year it is absolutely fabulous. And one of these years, I am going.
But here's another one. Let me just give you a couple more. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I've done this one, and every time I talk about it, people think I'm focused on the naked people. And there is a party in Key West.
Good morning.
There is a party in Key West called Fantasy Fest.
Yes.
I know. Well, it's not just about the naked.
She's laughing out there.
It's not just about the naked people. I mean, yes, it's kind of hard to get that out of your mind, but it was a fun event. And there's a lot of people at this. This is a big party down in Key West. I know.
I'm going to go this year. I'm going to go.
This year? That's like next month you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Within a month.
I know. I don't see why not.
Quirky, zany, over-the-top fun. But here's the thing. I mean, they have so many things going on during Fantasy Fest. It is a fun event. And they have this parade down in Key West, and I don't know when they started it, and I've often wondered why don't we incorporate it in parades here. They use forklifts. Okay. Now hold on, let me explain this. They don't look like forklifts. They are like forklifts in costumes, okay? And the reason they use a forklift is because the fork part of the forklift can go up and down as in a dragon's head.
Yeah.
So they will make these gigantic dragons and animals, whatever they want to make, fantasy animals or real animals. Just I don't know what they make them out of, paper mache and probably chicken wire or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so they make these and they move. So as they're driving down the road on these you can't tell it's a forklift because it's all covered with stuff. And the wires that go across the street, of course, are marked so that the guys driving the forklifts know lower the dragon's head, because otherwise you're gonna bump into a power line, and it's an amazing thing to see. So
and they do that in the Rose Parade too. All those floats in the Rose Parade, they're absolutely outstanding.
Okay. So,
Absolutely. But, I've just seen that on TV. I want to go to Fantasy Fest and I'll see the floats in person.
So, okay, let me go to the official Fantasy Fest website real quickly. And I promise I'm not going to stick on this topic. And one of the things, okay, I'm getting back to the naked people again, is that there are a lot of times they're naked, but you can't tell because they've got paint on them. Mm-hmm. And you've probably seen this stuff on the internet, and it's kind of quirky. And sometimes it's creepy,
Yeah, but it's outstanding.
It depends on how attractive the person is.
We could make extra money that way. You're an artist. I'm an artist.
No way. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Go there and charge for our services of painting.
Yeah.
I mean, I can paint
No
flowers.
way. You can paint flowers. I'll watch. I'll photograph. I'll videotape. But anyway, let me give you the time. It's
Okay.
October 21st through the 30th. Where are you going? It's October 21st through the 30th in Key West. And that gives you the whole week. So I guess I haven't been there in a while. I thought it was a one-day event. Anyway, they have a website, fantasyfest.com. That's what I wanted to tell you. All right. Mount Dora is a little bit closer. In just north of Orlando, this side of Orlando, Mount Dora has, some perfect early winter or fall shopping for holiday gifts. It's a fun way to just drive a little bit and be in a different environment and still be kind of close to home at the same time. There's a place called the Twin Markets down there. They have some antique and collectible dealers there. The Scott's Corn Maze Adventure is part of their thing in Mount Dora, and they have a few bed and breakfasts if you actually want to spend the night there. So it is.
I think that's beautiful.
And we have our share here in Ocala too. I just wanted to share that one from Mount Dora.
Yeah, Mount Dora. Joe and Patsy like Mount Dora.
I love
They go
Mount
there
Dora
a lot. Yeah,
Well,
I like the train.
Oh, and let me tell you about the train. And
Okay.
I'm not trying to advertise a business, but it is a business, and
They're outstanding.
They do charge for the train rides, but it's called the don't tell me.
Okay.
Orange Cannonball? Orange?
Yes.
What's it called? Orange Blossom Cannonball.
Orange Blossom Cannonball.
Orange Blossom Cannonball. And
Yep.
they have these train rides that are themed. Mm-hmm. And anyway, it's just, and the train itself has been in so many movies. It's one of those old steam trains.
Yes.
And
Yep.
it really is a delight. And they I think they have a dinner train also, I think. And anyway.
Yep. It's wonderful. It's a pumpkin train now.
Another
It's
great
Halloween.
fall destination, just a short drive from here, is St. Augustine. I know you know about St. Augustine.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I want to go back.
It's a big tourist attraction, and it's the only place that I've found so far that has extreme milkshakes.
Yeah, that's the reason. I gotta go.
The
have
problem
one.
with the extreme milkshake is it's an expensive item,
Yeah, it's probably
and
$20.
it probably has 1,000 calories.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm guessing.
That's all right. If that's on my destination, I'm not proud. I'll go ahead and fast for a couple days after
The
that.
one thing that's difficult about St. Augustine in the hot months is that it's hot. I mean, it's beautiful, but sometimes it's a little hot. So autumn is a really good time to go.
Yeah.
And there's another thing about autumn that is really cool. St. Augustine, for some reason, has attracted ghost hunters and ghost stories.
Uh-huh.
So in the month of October, when the whole Halloween thing is happening, if you've ever wanted to go on a ghost hunting tour or whatever, they have them there. We were not on a ghost hunting tour. Mm-hmm. We simply went to the lighthouse in St. Augustine, and we went up the spiral staircase to the top, and I was taking photos of you, Robin, coming up the stairs and just whatever else we could see. And when we looked at the photos later on, we saw those orbs that people say are evidence of a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're anything, but I'm telling you that it never happened on my camera before, and they were like all over the place in my pictures. And so
Mine too.
we have a
They were
couple
there.
of people here. Gosh, we should invite somebody in.
Oh, the ghost hunter lady.
Yeah, she's a cutie,
Yeah.
isn't she?
Yes, she is. She's wonderful.
So anyway, in St. Augustine, they have the ghost things. Mm-hmm. They have in mid-November. St. Augustine has their Nights of Lights too, but that's after the Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's, you can find beauty everywhere you go in the state of Florida, even in our community,
yep.
especially during the Christmas
So anyway,
season.
I want to share some of that stuff. So the International Food and Wine Festival, just getting back to that real quickly, that's in Epcot, and it's fun. Scott's Maze Adventure at Long and Scott Farms in Mount Dora features a different themed maze every year. They have a slide, a 60-foot slide there. You can go fishing in the pond. You can take a hayride. They have, picnic facilities there if you want to do that as well. That's in Mount Dora. In the city of Hilliard, there's another maze. If you want to take another maze thing, it's Connor's Amazing Acres. They feature a special old-fashioned country-themed fun and games, and there's a maze there. If you ever want to go in one of those corn mazes, that's what they have there. In Gainesville, there's an activity on Rogers Farm in the autumn. They also have mazes. They have what they call a cow train. Not sure what that is. They have a corn. They have a corn cannon. They have a pumpkin launcher.
Now that sounds fun.
This is up in Gainesville. If you want to go there.
Wow, that sounds awesome fun.
Sweet Season Farm in Milton has another maze. I've never done one of these mazes. Have you done one?
No, I never have. I mean, my brother, he grows corn up in Lottie, and then when I go up there, and he used to have more corn in the field than he does now, you get kind of scared when you're walking through there because it's like, hey, you can't see anything, because it's so much.
And the other one is this one moved to November. The Florida Seafood Festival used to be in October. Now it's in November.
Oh.
I'll tell you about that later next month.
Oh, okay.
SeaWorld has a Halloween thing going on, Spooktacular. I told you about Disney's Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas, Halloween, whatever they call it.
Yep.
Just some more Florida fall festivals, and I guess we'll wrap it up.
Oh, okay. It's just so amazing. Well, in our area too.
The Peanut Festival is in Williston this Saturday.
Oh, nice.
The Peanut Festival is in Williston. Yeah, there's a big peanut farm over there, right?
Yeah, and we have the pumpkin run, the annual pumpkin run that they do here in Marion County. I forget the date.
In Winter Park, they have the Autumn Art Festival in October 8th and 9th.
Oh, that would be nice to go to. I love Winter Park.
That's always a big one. And in McIntosh, they have the 1890s Festival on October 22nd.
Oh, and that's one not to be missed either. McIntosh is fabulous.
McIntosh, that's the city with the Cafe Risque?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we started with naked people, we end with naked
exactly.
people. Exactly.
We got a theme.
All right, let's push forward and make it through to the next part of what we're doing here. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida coming up next. We'll be right back. This is WOCA, The Source.
News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. No one's ever owned up to the downing of Malaysia Air Flight 17 more than 2 years ago. Now the findings of a Dutch probe released.
Investigators saying they have solid evidence that the plane was shot down by a missile that had been brought in from Russia, and that the missile launcher was moved back into Russia shortly after the crash.
Fox Radio Simon Owen. A police shooting death in El Cajon, California.
That audio from Broadcastify.com. El Cajon Police Chief Jeff Davis says the man was behaving erratically.
The male refused multiple instructions by the first officer on the scene and concealed his hand in his pants pocket.
Davis would not say what the object in his pocket was, only that it was not a weapon.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers. And Nielsen says a record-breaking 84 million watched Monday's presidential debate. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I'm Rob Gronkowski. When the little voice in my stomach gets hungry, he doesn't just whisper, he yells, "We need all natural Alberto beef jerky." So next time the little voice in your stomach asks for a snack, grab the most delicious lean protein on the planet, Alberto beef jerky. Each package is loaded with savory cuts of lean beef. Listen to me and pick up some all-natural Alberto beef jerky.
Alberto beef jerky. You get out what you put in.
Refers to Alberto's all-natural line of beef jerkies. Minimally processed, no artificial ingredients.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
With 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions, visit ADT.com.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson with Verizon. Do you have teenage drivers or elderly parents that drive? I have what you need. It's the new Hum device by Verizon. Plugs directly into your car and sends alerts to your cell phone on the location, speed, and driving habits. And you set boundary alerts. You can call and speak live with an ASC certified mechanic. And if you have an accident and can't respond, Hum will automatically send for help. All this and more for just $10 a month. And if you're in Marion County, I'll even deliver and set it up for free. Call me 352-528-0020.
New windows will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida leads the way in outstanding quality and installation. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, buy 3 windows and the 4th window is 50% off. No money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyandersen.com. Renewalbyandersen.com. Offer ends September 30th. License CGC 1524135.
Next Generation MD is the future of healthcare now. Listen in the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to learn how the future in PRP treatments are here in our area. Find out the many ways that Dr. Juan Jordan, MD, Charles Brooks, NP, and case manager Mark Shaw have brought the family medicine practice to a new level. Hear from the very people that benefit from the fine work they have done in this field. Next Generation MD every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
The Junior League of Ocala is having their annual Autumn Gifts Market this weekend at the Marion County Extension Auditorium, 2232 Northeast Jacksonville Road from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll be able to see and purchase a wide variety of gifts, holiday wreaths, purses, jewelry, and so much more from over 30 vendors. Admission is just $5 online or at the door, and all proceeds go to support the City of Ocala Recreation and Parks. Go out and enjoy this year's gift market. It's a great way to support the community and get a jump on that holiday shopping.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Men who kiss their wives every morning before work, they lived 5 years longer and earned 25% more than men who were less affectionate. Women with at least 10 close friends were 4 times less likely to die from cancer than those who had no close friends. What's the germiest thing in most kitchens? Well, surprisingly, it's not the kitchen sink because it gets cleaned regularly. What we really need to worry about is the fridge.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Welcome to the Renewal Home Show, bringing you expert advice for home improvements and energy efficiency. And now, here's your host, Jared Mellick.
Hello and welcome back. That is right. It is the Renewal Home Show. Hope you are having a great day today. My name is Jared Mellick, and I'm joined today by Jim Sellers. He's the Director of Sales for Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. How are you today, my friend?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and talk about some things we can do to improve our homes.
That's right. Today we are talking about curb appeal. We're going to tell you 5 ways to increase the curb appeal at your home. You're not going to want to miss it. Plus, coming up a little bit later on in the show, you're going to find out a special that Renewal by Andersen is offering to all of our listeners. It is phenomenal. You're not going to want to miss it. So please continue to listen to the Renewal Home Show. Okay, so, you know, our home is our castle. It's the place where we go. It's the largest investment that most of us are going to make throughout our lives. And taking care of it is an important thing. Now, Jim, both you and I are general contractors. We've been in construction a long time, and we know about home improvement, and we know about construction. Well, today we're going to give our listeners the 5 things that they should do to increase the curb appeal of their home. Now, why is curb appeal important?
Well, one of the things is it just signifies how much pride you take in your home. It kind of caps off all of the hard work that you do. You know, you work so hard to be able to purchase this to kind of fulfill the American dream, and to keep proper curb appeal really just speaks to how much you love and how hard you've worked to achieve that goal.
There's some pride in it. I know that when I pull up to my house and it looks good, I pump up my chest when I pull in the driveway, and I sit there and I'm like, yeah, this is my castle. But yet there's times where I've pulled in my front yard and the curb appeal's not so great, and I'm like, I hope nobody's looking to know that it's me.
Yeah, that's true. If maybe you missed a grass mowing session, or some of your plants that should be alive are no longer alive, it really does it's a downer, and it just kind of makes you think, I've got all this work to do to bring it back to what I want it to look like.
So we're talking about curb appeal today on the Renewal Home Show. We're going to give you the 5 things that you should do to increase the curb appeal at your home. First one is painting the house. The paint over time, it just wears out over time. It becomes drab, and a lot of times it just doesn't look so good. So a quick, easy way to make your house look better is to paint it.
Absolutely, and this is something you shouldn't really necessarily skimp on. You should get some of the best paints available out there, and pick colors that are somewhat universal. I think maybe where you're not picking really weird colors, things that go well with your roof color and the color of the landscaping that you're selecting. So you can do it. It's a good bit of work, but it does really pay off with the overall curb appeal of your home.
Another thing that you can do is just plant some flowers. The thing is that with our different seasons here in Florida, there's different flowers that you can plant that bloom at different times of year, and that color around the outside just makes the house look more inviting.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And although I'm not a horticulturalist or any sort of landscape expert, there are really picking it through the plants that will bloom different times of year, as well as not die or not have to be planted year after year. Those that can just keep on giving back, so you don't have to go through it all next year and the year after, really will make a big difference. And you'll have a seasonal look to your home where it will look good all 4 seasons of the year. Well, sort of 4 seasons in Florida.
I think we have 2, but either way, the seasons that we have here in Florida, what we do at my house is we actually have a specific area. It's up in the front of our driveway. It's an area where we've designed where we're going to change out those plants certain times throughout the year, so that way we make sure that they're blooming, so that way we have nice, fresh, colorful flowers. And then other parts of the landscape, we have it set where some will come in the spring and some will come in the fall, so that way we have color on the house throughout the entire year.
Yeah, that's really important to keep the overall look up, and to as the seasons change, and as kids are going back to school, and all the types of things that you're going, and people are driving in and out around the holidays, people seeing your home, family coming over to see your home. It's really nice to have a landscape that looks great any time of year.
Next one on the list is painting or replacing your front door.
This is actually huge. People don't know how big a deal this could possibly be. Maybe you have the original door from when the house was built, if it was maybe a track home or a spec home. But if you just add some really nice color to the door, it will really make it kind of set off from the rest of the house. It'll make it snap, as they say in the industry. I don't say it too often, but it will make a big difference, and it does highlight some of the things, and it really highlights that door and draws attention to a really important part of the home, which is the front door, which is inviting people in. It really makes a difference when you pick a really great color for your front door.
Now, the next one on the list is replacing the windows, and it might not be one that people would typically think of when they think of curb appeal, but actually the windows are aesthetically a big look of the part of the front of the house.
Absolutely. I'm a window guy, of course, so I love this particular idea of replacing your windows. Very often, people only think of windows in terms of energy efficiency and just practical, ventilation or airflow, those type of things. But the right window really looks amazing, if you replace it and the job is done well and it looks great, as well as add all the other benefits of not only looking so wonderful, but also energy efficiency, sound deadening, and just the overall look and efficiency of your home.
So when it comes to windows, because this is your specialty, it's Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. Well, tell us, who is that? Who is Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida?
Well, Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida is a branch of Renewal by Andersen, the national company. And Renewal by Andersen is a division of Andersen. Andersen is, of course, the best known window and door manufacturer in the country. They make the best windows and doors. They've always been an innovator. And with Renewal by Andersen, they set out to create the best window replacement company in the world, really. They wanted to come up with a different product, something that looked great, but also had all the efficiency and low maintenance of a less appealing window, maybe like a vinyl window or an aluminum window.
And so Renewal by Andersen is the window replacement division of Andersen Corporation.
That's it, exactly. They set out, and that's what really I get excited about it, because when you think of how good and how excellent Andersen is as a corporation, they were determined to make it. So we are Andersen here in Central Florida, delivering all the excellence that Andersen requires. We are the manufacturer, we are the distributor, we are the sales, we are the installation, we are the labor, we are the service. We do everything start to finish, and you can feel confident knowing that Renewal by Andersen, and Andersen Corporate for that matter, are there standing behind the work as well as the product done on the window replacement.
Now, why should somebody think about replacing their windows?
Well, in Florida, if you step outside right now, you will know that it is hot. And if you step outside 3 months from now, it will still be hot. So it is hot. And really, one of the biggest reasons that people think about replacing their window is energy efficiency. We're talking about curb appeal now, but I can't stay away from energy efficiency because it's so important. It costs more and more money every year to run our air conditionings, to try to keep this cool air that we're working so hard to create in our house. And, if you have an older, inefficient window, like an aluminum single glazed window or a vinyl window where the seals have failed or something like that, you're really you're trying to cool the outside, which is pretty difficult. You don't really realize it, but without a good, efficient window, you are just letting the cool air out and the warm air in.
Now, we sincerely appreciate our listeners and home improvement enthusiasts, so we're going to make a special right now to listeners only. You will not find this offer on our website or even on Google. This is a radio-only offer just for the first 7 callers. You're going to receive 30% off the windows of Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And it's not just the windows, it's also the installation, it's everything. It's the total package of window replacement. But you have to be quick because they're only the first 7 callers are going to get this offer. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, that's 888-713-7210. Now, if you call now, you can even delay the start of your project for 6 months. That is a super offer. The number's 888-713-7210. Now, some of our listeners are ready to get going on their window project, and some are really just beginning the process. Either way, you get the deal of the 30% off the windows and installation, but you have to call now. Number is 888-713-7210. So the process that people go through when they call Renewal by Andersen, how does it work?
Well, you just call the number that Jared just gave, and we will have an expert consultant come out. They'll come out and they'll listen to your ideas and the parts of the project that are really important to you. You may be one person may be more interested in how the windows look. The other person may be more interested in energy efficiency. Another person might want a new idea on what to do with a particular opening in the home. How can they make it look different? How can they make it look more appealing? And so we have expert consultants, and they'll come out to your house and give you all the ideas, and they'll be able to give you an estimate right then, right there, and that price will be good for a year. And then you, of course, get this great offer as well.
So they're going to give you a price. The price is good for 1 year. So even if you don't do it then, you can actually, anytime throughout that year, that price will be good for. That's absolutely correct. So a lot of people, they want, the time to make a decision, the time to think about it, and to look at the design issues that they may be confronted with.
And so it's really good to be able to offer that.
Now, we're talking curb appeal today. Why is a Renewal by Andersen window better than the rest?
Well, the biggest thing is, like I said, Renewal by Andersen is a branch of Andersen, and what they did is they have created this window that has all the look and feel of a painted wood window, but with the low maintenance and high energy efficiency of a vinyl window. So what they did is actually many years ago, they saw all the wood they were wasting in their wood window division, just throwing it away, and they came up with a composite material called Fibrex. Fibrex is the key component in this, as well as the superior glass that they use. But the Fibrex is stronger, more durable, and has the look of a painted wood window. And so you don't have that plasticky look of vinyl or the commercial-ish look of aluminum, and you really get a great product. And you don't have to worry about wood rotting in Florida and having seal failure because the wood is shifting and twisting and warping in the different weather conditions that we have.
Now, let's talk about seal failure for a second, because you just mentioned it. A lot of times, you drive up to a house here in Florida, you look at the window, you can't even see in it. It seems like there's this darkness or haze over the window. What is that?
Well, what happened there is they switched from a single pane of glass to 2 panes of glass, and in between those 2 panes of glass, you have to keep moisture and temperature changes out. And so what happens when you've seen what we call seal failure is the seal around the window between those 2 pieces of glass has failed, and it's allowing moisture to get in. And when you're air conditioning the outside and the inside, and the outside is hot, you're creating condensation in there. I've seen standing water inside those just from the condensation over the years.
So what causes the seal failure?
Well, a couple of things. One is a poorly made laminated or insulated glass. You have the 2 pieces of glass, and if it's not built just to the highest specifications and tolerances, then that seal is not going to do well. There's type of glazing that don't work well in Florida. Glazings like boot glazings, they don't work very well in Florida. Another thing is the vinyl frame of a window, if it is vinyl, may not be strong enough to support the weight of the glass. So as you operate it or move it in and out or up and down, they start to twist or buckle, and that glass will fail and it'll start to twist. And so you'll just get that seal failed in there, and all this stuff starts to happen.
So why does the Renewal by Andersen window not have that same issue?
Well, one of the biggest things is just the absolute high standards that Andersen has and that Renewal by Andersen has. They have the best glass available, and they actually build the glass in an argon chamber. So there's no pumping gas in, or no pumping this inert argon gas in, which is a key component in the insulation. It is actually built inside a chamber, and then it's sealed inside that chamber, so there's never a penetration, there's never that potential leak happening. And then it's put inside this incredible product called Fibrex, where it is strong enough and it is durable enough, as well as good looking enough, but it holds that glass. It's got plenty of strength and durability to make sure that the glass itself doesn't shift inside the frame and cause it to fail. So it is the lowest rate of seal failure that I've ever heard of.
Now, if you are thinking about replacing your windows, there's one company to use. It's Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. If you want the Fibrex Renewal by Andersen window, you go direct to Renewal by Andersen through Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And we're having a special for the first 7 callers who call today, and it's 30% off the windows and installation. But you have to be quick. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, that's 888-713-7210. If you call now, you can even delay the start of the project for 6 months. It is a super offer, 888-713-7210. Now, some of you guys are ready to replace your window right now. Others, you want to wait till later on. That's okay. You can still get the special by dialing 888-713-7210. You can also visit the website renewalbyandersen.com. When we see windows here, a lot of times we just see, a regular single glaze, single hung window. But Renewal by Andersen, you guys make a lot of different styles.
That's right. That's one thing dealing really with curb appeal is you can change the style of window from something not very exciting, perhaps like a single hung window. You could go to a double hung, which is really could improve the ventilation in your home. You could go to a glider. If you have a really big opening, a gliding window is absolutely beautiful because it allows large glass in the middle so you can see out. So if you have something you want to overlook, a lake, a beautiful backyard, the woods, whatever it may be, you could go with one of these big gliders and it would allow you to do that. And then traditionally, my favorite window has been a casement window. You don't see them too much in Florida anymore, but it's the kind that crank out as well. These are also good in large openings. They allow for a lot of versatility. And then, of course, they're just many varieties of specialty windows, circle top windows, round windows, hex or pentagon windows. There's just a lot of options that you could choose from.
Now, so many people don't open their windows because they're hard to open or difficult to open. Now, you had said something. You had said a gliding window. I've always heard it as a sliding window, but Renewal by Andersen makes it gliding. And I got to say, the first time that I went over and tried to use it, I can see why they call it a gliding instead of a sliding. Man, it just opens so easily.
It absolutely does. Traditionally, the sliding windows have sort of had a little bit of a negative connotation to them because they do get hard to operate over the years. But with the style and the design and the engineering that Renewal by Andersen has come up with, it does absolutely glide. It is very simple and very easy to operate. You can get excellent ventilation along with that great view that I was talking about. Just a really great option for many different openings in the home, and it absolutely operates like butter.
Now, what about the warranty? We talk here a lot about warranties at this show and the importance of making sure that a product is installed properly. What kind of warranty does Renewal by Andersen put on their windows?
Well, Renewal by Andersen warranty is really second to none. It has a 20-year warranty on the glass, so if any sort of issue with that. It also has 20 years on the Fibrex, on the actual material that the frame is built in. It has 10 years on all the hardware, but one thing that Renewal by Andersen does that nobody else does is that they warranty the installation for 2 years, and then that's corporate, and then Central Florida, Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida, will warranty the installation as long as you own the home.
So, and the thing is about the installation versus the window, so many times when you're dealing with other manufacturers, there's the manufacturer, and then there's the local distributor, and then there's the local installer. And so if something goes wrong, a lot of times they're pointing fingers at the other one saying, oh, it's not the installation, it's how it's made, or it's not how it's made, it's how it was shipped, or it's all of that. And with Renewal by Andersen, there's just one place that's responsible. It's Renewal by Andersen.
That's it, exactly. So you definitely get that finger pointing a lot. Even some of the big box stores or some of the smaller local companies, what you have is they order the window from somebody else, then they hire some subcontractor to install it, and nobody takes the responsibility for if there is a potential issue. But with Renewal by Andersen, we absolutely own it all. We own the manufacturing, the distribution, the sales, the installation. It is probably the best feature about dealing with Renewal by Andersen is that we are the only ones that you ever have to ask a question to. You don't have to go hunt down a subcontractor or a distributor or a shipping company because we will do it. We will do it right, but if there was some sort of error made, we are the ones that you call and ask, and we are the ones that will make it right.
In Renewal by Andersen, the replacement window division of Andersen Corporation has been around a long time, but Andersen itself in business over 100 years.
That's right, 113 years they've been around, and they have been innovators the entire way when it comes to windows and doors in the home improvement industry. They've just done an incredible job, and so you have 113 years of history and 113 years of integrity backing up the products that you purchase with Renewal by Andersen.
Now, you can have the best product in the world, but if it's put in the hands of a butcher who doesn't know what they're doing, then the product just isn't very good. What are some of the things that Renewal by Andersen does to make sure that the installation is done well?
Well, the biggest thing we do is train our installers. We have installers, and they are trained to the highest standards. First of all, we hire the best people, and then we train them to the highest standards. And then we also have a quality control guy that goes out and makes sure everything is done correctly. One of the things that I guess it doesn't directly relate to the installation, but one thing that we do is we protect your property. We really care about a homeowner's property, because as we said, people work really hard and it's one of the biggest investments they're ever going to make. So we work really hard to make sure that your inside and outside of the property is protected during installation. And then we do the absolute best job that can be done for the installation.
Yeah, curb appeal is what we're talking about today. And so curb appeal matters. So if you do all those other things that we talked about to make the curb appeal nice on the house, and then you have your windows replaced and the installation company comes in and tears up all your landscaping, then that curb appeal has gone out the door.
That's right. And just a whole new list of projects at that point. Well, with Renewal by Andersen, you don't have to worry about that. We are absolutely going to take care of your property. It's really important to us, and we're going to do the best job possible.
So to go over 5 ways to increase curb appeal: 1, paint the house; 2, plant some flowers; 3, paint or replace the front door; 4, replace the windows; and the 5th one, cut back those trees and shrubs. Trimmed trees make the outside of the house just look nicer. 1, because your home is your castle, and also increasing curb appeal increases the value of the home. As we said earlier, your house is a lot of times the largest purchase that people are going to make. So you want to take care of it and make sure that the maintenance and curb appeal is done right. And again, we have an offer today for all of our listeners. If you're thinking about doing the replacing the windows as one of these curb appeal projects, then we want you to call Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And there is a special that they are having just for our listeners. And it's 30% off your windows and installation, but you have to be fast. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. Now, we know that some of you are ready to replace your windows today, and that's okay. Go ahead and call that number, 888-713-7210. But others of you, you're just starting the process. Maybe you're just hearing the show for the first time, and you're like, wow, I didn't even think about replacing my windows. I can't necessarily do it right now, but maybe 3 months from now, maybe 6 months from now. Well, Renewal by Andersen, they're going to give you a price that's good for a year, and you can use this special, the 30% off, you can use for up to 6 months. All you have to do is call right now, 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. Now, Renewal by Andersen has the best solutions for Florida homeowners. We're going to come out and work with you and discover what is perfect for your situation. And so you can also check out the website. It's renewalbyandersen.com. Well, this show, Renewal by Andersen, the Renewal Home Show, we have come to the end of this segment. Jim, thanks so much for spending this time with us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great.
And you, our great Florida listener, continue to listen to the Renewal Home Show. Thanks for listening. Take care. God bless.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The FBI Director James Comey back before a House committee to answer questions on the investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email server.
We, as Congress and the American people, are troubled how such gross negligence is not punished, and why there seems to be a different standard for the politically well-connected, particularly if your name is Clinton.
Republican Committee Chair Bob Goodlatte, Democrat Representative John Conyers telling Comey,
"Your critics dwell in character assassination and procedural minutia."
The director also telling members of Congress that within 2 years, the FBI will have a database up and running that tracks instances of police use of deadly force. A funeral today for the man killed in riots last week in North Carolina over the shooting death of a black man by Charlotte police, and the IMF lowering its U.S. growth forecast for 2016. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I'm Rob Gronkowski. When the little voice in my stomach gets hungry, he doesn't just whisper, he yells, "We need all natural Alberto beef jerky." So next time the little voice in your stomach asks for a snack, grab the most delicious lean protein on the planet, Alberto beef jerky. Each package is loaded with savory cuts of lean beef. Listen to me and pick up some all-natural Alberto beef jerky.
Alberto beef jerky. You get out what you put in.
Alberto's all-natural line of beef jerkies. Minimally processed, no artificial ingredients.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
With 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions, visit ADT.com.
Ad Council.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. USDA's Ag Statistics Service said this week that the peanut crop is moving in to the warehouse with about 16% harvested nationwide. 12% is the 5-year average. They're saying this year the crop nationwide is rated 2% very poor, 7% poor, 28 fair, 50 good, and 13% excellent. In Georgia, they are showing 17% of their crop has now been harvested, with 31% dug earlier this week. Normally, they are about 10% harvested, so a little bit ahead of schedule. Alabama, in the meantime, is 12% harvested. Their 5-year average is 9%. Hot and dry again last week, and some peanuts need some water to start the digging process. Florida, meantime, peanut harvesting is moving fast. 39% of their crop has been harvested. Their 5-year average is 27%.
Hey, what's up, produce farmers? It's Percival, the powdery mildew, just strolling up to your fields, getting ready to spread my mildew all over your strawberry, watermelon, and squash crops. Oh, and I'm on a group chat here with my fellow disease friends who are about to get all fungal on onion and blueberry crops, too. Hey, and there's nothing you can do to keep us out of your precious, wait! At 10:44 a.m., Percival, the powdery mildew, and his fellow pathogens were prevented from entering nearby produce fields thanks to Regalia, the environmentally friendly biofungicide. Regalia stimulates the plant's natural ability to fight diseases and delivers better yield and improved harvest quality. Regalia's novel mode of action provides effective, broad-spectrum protection against fungal and bacterial diseases. Goodbye, powdery mildew. Hello, Regalia. Get yours today. Visit goodbyepowderymildew.com. That's goodbyepowderymildew.com. Or call your local supplier.
I'm Tyron Spearman for the Southeast AgNet.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatment, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
This is Kendall Carpenter with Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. I want to introduce you to the finest equestrian opportunity available. If you love horses and enjoy Central Florida's mild climate and rich rolling landscape, come explore Golden Ocala. Bridle trails weave their way through this stunningly beautiful community of stately homes. Our state-of-the-art equestrian center will meet all of your equestrian needs with style. Visit us at goldenocala.com.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Nice looking Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. And different interviews scheduled for right now. And I think we're going to be talking to a gentleman by the name of Frank Lally, known as the healthcare detective. And apparently he has been living with multiple myeloma, which is described as a potentially terminal blood disease. Do we have him on the phone? Okay, so I just go straight to it? Yes. There's nobody there? There's nobody there. Was he trying to call and I just didn't see it? Yeah. Wow, I can't do two things at once. Anyway, so he's got a terminal blood cancer, and I guess that was him right there. He probably hung up.
There he is. He's right there.
All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to go straight to our guest. I wasn't able to have a conversation off the air. The clock ran out, and I had to go on the air. Is this Frank Lally by chance?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Good morning, Frank. How are you?
I'm fine. Fine. You cover the villages, huh? So we should talk about Medicare.
Yes, you can do that as well. I was just introducing you before the answering of the phone, and it's not usually the way we do things, but the clock ran out, so I had to go on. Do you have myeloma? Multiple myeloma?
Multiple myeloma. Yes, that's correct.
And you are able to survive with it. It says here it could be terminal.
It could be, but it's also treatable. I've had it for 8 years.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So, well, thank you for being on the air with us. And I know that you have contributed to some of the big publications, Money, George, Reader's Digest, international magazines, and you're an investor.
I was the editor of all three of those.
Did you know JFK Jr.?
Yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
I was editor-in-chief.
Wow. Well, wow. We can ask you questions about that, huh? Well,
but I didn't write a book about it.
Oh, and that's the question I have. Do you have a book?
Do I have a book? Yes, it's called Your Best Healthcare Now.
Okay, my notes don't show it as a book. It just says the topic, Your Best Healthcare Now. So where were you?
Yes, that's the whole. Yes, I just spent 3 years writing a book called Your Best Healthcare Now.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the air with us. So are we doing, as Americans, are we doing better than we used to do? It seems like every time you turn on the TV or somebody's talking about our health, we are not. We're told we're not eating the best. We're not, and we're obese. How are we doing? What do you think?
Oh, here's what I think. I think the healthcare available in this country is magnificent. It's the best in the world. I think getting access to it is what's difficult, and that's why I wrote this book, to help everybody find affordable, quality healthcare. That's the key. And, so this is a way of getting affordable prescriptions. It's a way of getting doctor discounts. It's a way of getting better health insurance. Surveys show that half the people who think they need a doctor during the year don't go to the doctor because they're worried about the cost.
Yeah.
Now, this book points out that if you go to your doctor, you can get a doctor discount. Now, you've got to be sincere. You've got to say, look, when the doctor says, I think we need some blood tests, it's going to run, $1,200.
Right.
We need a procedure. That you have to stop them and say, hold on a second, sincerely, let me look in the eye on this one. But I really can't afford that. Can you give me the Medicare rate rather than your full rate? Or can you give me some sort of discount? I mean, people don't realize that many doctors have discount. They have discount policies.
Okay.
They'll give you half off. But you have to raise the subject. They will not raise the subject.
I didn't know that. Oh, so you don't have? Do you have to be a certain age to be able to get the Medicare rate?
No, you can just ask for it. You can whatever you say. Look, doctors have about 20 or 30 different contracts with health insurers. They have a price that they ask, but then they negotiate with each one of those health insurance companies, depending on the flow of patients that they expect the health insurance to bring to them. Right? The more patients, the lower the price. So when it's Medicare, they've got a really low price. It might be 25% of what you're paying. So when you're sitting in a waiting room, and especially in a hospital setting, that kind of thing, and you look around, there are a couple of people who are going to pay about 25% of what you are about to pay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you can raise subjects like that with providers like radiologists and others who are doing procedures. There are places to go and shop. ClearHealthCost.com, Compass, Castlight. These are all places where you can shop and see what the prevailing price is in your area. In some cases, the actual provider. You can go back to the provider you like and say, can you match the price that I just found? Or, you know what, can you actually beat it? Or I'll tell you something else. Let's forget about my health insurance, which has a high deductible. It has co-insurance, like a lot of these plans do now. Let's push my health insurance aside. I'll pay you cash. You can pay, in some cases, you're going to save 20, 30% by offering to pay in cash.
Well, will this help the person who doesn't have really any means to pay at all?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
One thing you can do is go to a pharmacist, and you can. This is going to know where the local assistance programs are. You bring in your list of drugs. You point out the one that's really difficult, and if the pharmacist can't figure out a generic or suggest something else for you, at the bottom line, he'll know where the local assistance programs are. And in some cases, once you get into that office, there are generous benefits available for you. But again, they're not hanging a big sign outside. They're just not. I mean, they've got limited resources. But once you get in there, you can get a discount. It's the same thing. If expensive drug, really expensive drug, you can't afford it.
Right.
Don't spend the money out of your own pocket. Call the drug maker.
I remember now. You've been with us before. You wrote the book Get What's Yours.
No, I did not.
You did not. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm confused here by my notes. All right. So the book is called Your Best Healthcare Now, and I can use this as a guide to help me. Do you know the whole thing about being a talk show host during the debate about affordable healthcare is that it became very political. And so it was hard as a talk show host to try to get straight answers from people who were just leaning politically because of the political whatever side they were on. And I wanted to know the truth. And to be honest, it was hard to get straight answers.
I'll give you straight answers.
Go ahead.
I'll give you straight answers. The Affordable Care Act has been very effective in covering people who didn't have insurance. An extra 20 million people. A very good friend of mine who had diabetes and had barely gone to a clinic in the last 20 years is now covered under the Affordable Care Act. She's getting her medicine. She's losing weight. She is happier, and she's going to live longer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what it does. That's what it did.
Well, and I was going to tell you.
But now let's talk about cost. In attracting older, sicker people at levels that people did not anticipate, these insurance companies are stuck either quitting the market because it's costing them way too much money to cover these older, sicker people, or they're jacking up their rates up to 60%. For the people who don't have a lot of money, and I'm talking about like $50,000 and below, and certainly $30,000 and below, there are generous subsidies here for premiums and in some cases even costs. So the average person in the ACA, are down around $100 in premiums a month. That's all, even with these jacked up premiums that we're looking at now. So the question actually is, what kind of a society do we want? Do we want a society that transfers wealth to people who need it to get health care, which I consider to be a human right, not a privilege? Do we want a society that doing that, or do we want a society that lets 10 or 15% of the people in the country, poor people, old people, defenseless children, go without health care?
Frank, I think you are a little defensive, and I think you thought I was going someplace.
No,
I wasn't. Okay, but let me just finish what I started to say. What I started to say was that as a talk show host, I found myself trying to get a straight answer, and I wasn't getting them. What I was going to say after I said that part was this. That I found out firsthand, but I don't get paid much. I'm in the same categories you're talking about. In fact, you'd be surprised. It's at the very bottom of what you're talking about. Yeah. So I had no health insurance. And then I had something happen on my leg that I needed a doctor for really bad. And I was really very grateful that I had the Affordable Health Care Act to help me out because I was able to get care, and I'm still getting care. And when I see the bill, the $3,000 that I didn't pay, that the insurance company actually paid, I say, well, thank God for it.
Yes,
so
for sure.
Whoever was trying to persuade me to be against it, now I am not in favor of being against it, even though obviously it's too late. It's already in act. But I was just trying to tell you that I think it's a good thing. It's worked out for me anyway.
Well, I was, and I didn't mean to be defensive. I was trying to go down the middle because you hear so much about a transfer of wealth by the critics. That's absolutely correct. Society is transferring wealth from, taxpayers who paying their taxes, not the Donald who isn't, but taxpayers who are paying their taxes is being transferred to poor people who need health care. Look, we're one of the only few countries in the industrialized nation. You know this.
And we pay taxes too. I mean, just because we don't make much doesn't mean we don't pay.
Yeah, exactly.
And we pay taxes.
Of course we pay taxes. Yeah. All that money gets... But we're one of the few countries in the world that doesn't have government-controlled health care. Look, you want an answer here?
Well, we do now.
Medicare for all. Medicare for all. Bring in the younger people in their 50s and 40s. Bring them into a Medicare system. The prices will go down. It's the opposite of what you hear lawmakers saying about raising the price of Medicare. That'll drive costs up. Expand Medicare for younger people, and I would say for everybody, and probably that's where we'll end up, but not very quickly now that the Affordable Care Act is here. It's kind of stuck in place, and the politics, and it'll be 4 or 6 years before.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying. I really want to slip in one thing. And I worked for 3 years. I had a break in radio for 3 years, and for 3 years I worked as like an activities director at an assisted living facility. And so I wasn't a healthcare expert. I was just driving people to doctors' offices, that kind of thing, and playing bingo. And one of the things I know is that when I would go pick up a prescription medication, the same exact medication, one person would have a huge bottom line dollar amount that they owed because their insurance wasn't as good. Somebody else getting the same medicine. I remember 50 cents, paying 50 cents for one lady. Her husband had died, but he had a policy from the New Jersey State Police, I think it was, is where he retired from. So. Yeah, it's amazing how it can be different. So the book is going to help. We have a lot of them living right here in our listening area. All right, so let me direct them to the book. My apologies for not realizing this was the title of a book.
Yeah, that was my error.
No, it doesn't say it in the...
No worries.
In the notes. It's called Your Best Healthcare Now. How do we get the book?
Amazon.com is the easiest way. It's a couple of clicks away. The last name is Lalli, L-A-L-L-I, Frank Lalli. That's all you need. Or, go to your big bookstores. We'll have it, Barnes & Noble and so on in the area. If there's, will be available. I've got an entire chapter on Medicare surprises that point out, the benefits of doing a little bit of shopping. 90% of the people don't do it with their Medicare plans, but 50% of them could save money. In some cases, thousands of dollars, and it's really easy. Everything here, everything I did, you can do, and you'll get the doctor discounts, better health insurance, and affordable prescriptions.
It's an honor to have you on the show. I know you've contributed to some of the biggies, and so coming to our little show is a real honor. Thank you, Frank, for being on the show. Again, the book is Your Best Healthcare Now. Frank Lalli, L-A-L-L-I. Amazon is what he suggested as your go-to place. I'm sure it's in all the bookstores. All right, we'll take a little break. Thank you, Frank. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Men who kiss their wives every morning before work, they lived 5 years longer and earned 25% more than men who were less affectionate. Women with at least 10 close friends were 4 times less likely to die from cancer than those who had no close friends. What's the germiest thing in most kitchens? Well, surprisingly, it's not the kitchen sink because it gets cleaned regularly. What we really need to worry about is the fridge.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.